Grand Rising, Kaya. How your family doing? How's your Shabbat doing? Going today? Nicole Hadassah, how you doing, my dear sister? The sun is kind of in my face right now, so forgive me for this. I may not be able to see you guys properly. Oh shit, I can't even see you at all. But you may not be able to see me properly. But I can see your comments. Let me show you guys where I'm at. Let's see. Different spot over here. It's a beautiful place. Heat. What's going on? It's a beautiful little spot out here in BK. Sun is setting, so it's bright. Yeah. But we're gonna rest that phone so we can talk. 1 second. Yeah. All praises to the Most High, man. The supreme power above greatness. Sister Gina Paul. How you doing? Shalom. Shalom, family. How you guys doing? He's a knucklehead, but I love him. How you doing, Linda? Yeah, Linda. Don't blame the messenger. You know what? There's something in the Cobra, and I talk about this. Let me show it to you real quick. Let me show you something so you remember this always. Are you ready? Before we begin, what I came here to talk about, Linda, this is for you. You ready? Alright, Cobra. So whenever somebody that you kind of have some respect for that person, and that person quote unquote share messages, or you say, oh, that person teach, a lot of times they may come across in a way that you're not particularly fond of, right? I don't even like this guy today. I don't like him today because he's a little wild today. So what you have to remember, whenever there's a message that come through, it comes with a certain frequency also. There's a frequency on that message. So it all depends on the frequency. The way the message is being conveyed, it may resonate with some people, it may not resonate with everybody. Ultimately, no message, well, I'm not going to say no message. A lot of the messages are not for everybody. Sometimes it's a particular topic that doesn't interest you, you know? And a lot of times, a lot of people talk about things that are sensational. It tickles the ear. It's really not deep, you know? It's just what you want to hear at the moment. I'm not interested in that. I don't do those type of I don't receive those type of messages. My ears are really closed to a lot of things. You know, I'm more of a spiritual dude. The Most High give me real stuff to study and do a lot of research about, and sometimes I sit on a message on a topic for months. Family, give me a 7. Give me a 7. Please, give me a 7. Let's do a sound check real quick. Yusef, what's popping, Yusef? So don't associate the message with the messenger. The messenger has nothing to do with the message. And a lot of times I don't speak because I have nothing to say. You know what I mean? I may have something to say to myself. I read every day a lot to myself, but then not everything I read is for you, right? So when I do have something to say, it may come out like this. Listen to this, Colburn. Listen to this. Page 381. This is a prophet, a word to prophets and teachers. This is a word to prophet and teachers, right? The true prophet is a message bearer who has heard a voice crying across the distances. The message may not be clearly heard and perhaps conveyed with errors. Are you listening? The message that this true prophet, who is a bearer, who has heard a voice crying across the distances, the message that this prophet brings may not be clearly heard, or this message perhaps may be conveyed with errors. You listening? Okay. And this message may be conveyed with distortion. But it is, listen to this, if the message is the dedicated effort of a sincere man, it must be of value. You see that right there? So the vine is judged by the drink it produces and not by its leaves and appearance. The vine is judged by the drink it produces. It is not judged by its leaves and by its appearance. It is the end product that matters. You see that right there? You see, it is the end product that matters. Don't judge the vine by its leaves, by its appearance. Don't judge the messenger by his accent. Don't judge the messenger by his ability to connect words together. Sometimes I don't even have the words to say. I'd be like, oh shit, what? I'm looking for a word. It is what it is. The messenger is the messenger. I didn't want to do this. The most I said, listen, I fought with myself to have a YouTube channel. Like really, I didn't want to do this. I was pushed into this. Literally. It's not easy to convey a message. It may make sense to me. I don't know how you're gonna receive the message. I don't know how I'm gonna express it to you. A lot of times I don't know how I'm going to find the words, articulate it to you. But the moment I say to myself, okay, I'm gonna share it with you, I get everything that I need. It's just how it works. I bounce back ideas with Gina Paul all the time for months. I never talk about it. A lot of times I don't know how to come about it. But the moment I decide to talk about it, I find everything that I need. The courage, the words, the precepts. Everything I need just comes. That's how it works a lot of times. You know? So I know my style of speech a lot of times is a little rough for a lot of you. You can't really bear my energy. You know, I have a very strong energy. And sometimes my energy is subtle, it's strong, it's in between. I'm a man that know how to bend with the wind. You know, I'm not rigid. You know, I'm a student. A student learns. I learn. I bend with the wind. I bend with the storm. You know, I'm not rigid. I don't stay erect when it's time to bend. Sometimes I'm erect. Sometimes I bend. It is what it is for me. You know, I'm mendable. You know, so thank you, sister Fair Use. Thank you. You know, I truly from my heart, I don't mean to offend anyone by a word that I say, by a topic that comes to me. I just hate it when people take advantage of a situation. I hate injustice. I hate injustice with a passion. I hate bullies. I hate all that shit. I can't stand it. Right? So I couldn't be in the place where there was someone bullying someone else. I'm gonna get into it. I couldn't be sitting next to somebody and this guy is beating on a woman. It's just not gonna happen in my presence. I'm gonna do something. You feel me? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna stop him. I have done it before. And when I see a lot of people say a lot of things about the immigration process, let me ask you a question. Did the United States give Haiti a heads up before they went in there and stole their gold and stole their land and dismantled their government? Did the United States government give a heads up to the Haitian people? No, they didn't. They bullied their way into that. They bullied their way into the bank, into the vault. Did Citibank uh, give the people the heads up and say, hey, listen, we're going to come and rob you and we're going to establish a bank in the United States called Citibank where your money will be? No, they didn't. Did the United States government give the Haitian people the courtesy of respect that they gave to the Cubans? Dry foot, wet foot. You know what dry foot, wet foot is? Look, the Cubans sailed the boats just like the Haitian people did. When the Cubans arrived on the shores of Miami, the moment they step foot on the shores of Miami, they do not get chased. The custom agent ICE back away from them. That's called dry foot, wet foot. So let me give you something else the Spirit gave me this morning. You hear that there was a boat that was capsized on the ocean. Oh, people were taking boats from Haiti and the boats were capsized. Do you think for a moment it was the boat that was capsized or it was the agent that sunk the boat? Those people were shot and they sunk the boat. Most likely the Haitians, because it was always the Haitians being shot. So if a few Haitian people snuck into the United States to run away from misery, what the hell? Their countries were raped, robbed, plundered, pillaged, rapine. You feel me? It is what it is. Immigration has been going on for a long time. You know, there's a lot of agents with TikTok channels. Just let me ask you another question. I didn't want to get into this. Oh my God, I didn't want to get into this. But why am I talking about this? Hold up. I must have some unfinished business. Watch this. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about not the people in our circle. So I don't want to come across like I'm talking about the people in our circle, like the people we watch, like the big homie and all that. I'm not talking about those dudes, okay? I'm talking about all the people, please. Just okay? Talk about all the people. Other people with other channels that I see on TikTok and Facebook. There's a lot of people talking now. You know, there's a great awakening. A lot of people feel the need to share information, but they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So a lot of people talking and they're saying that this is the land for them, right? True. Hold up. Just listen to what I'm saying. And they are the people. Just them. The Caribbean is not included. This is the land and they are the true Indians and no one else is. Stop it. Okay? I'm just using this as an example. I'm just using this as an example to show you the ignorance online right now, right? In the Kids of Enoch, you talk about the Nephites, but I always reference this. I can't think of the verse right now. Oh, thank you, Most High. Altia America in the Kids of Enoch reference first all her children in the Caribbean first. Okay? And it move up to the United States. And it goes on to wherever we are scattered. The people of the Most High are scattered everywhere. The United States has now become a hub. Understand this. The U.S., because today the U.S. is what Haiti was. Haiti was the imperium, the empire. Listen very carefully. The United States became what it is today because of the robbery that it did to our people. The robbery it did to Haitians, the robbery it did to your ancestors on this side of America. Today, they became the empire, the imperium. Even though this is a republic, Haiti is still an empire. You understand? Haiti is still an empire. The empire of Haiti ruled the world. The United States today is as an empire because of the robbery, the theft, the murders, the killings. You understand? So the children of Altia America are scattered everywhere. Why? Because the United States go into their countries and rob and murder and steal and they raise up crooked men and women to rule the government. Okay, that's why a lot of people are not in their own land. Now, what's our own land? Isn't earth our turf? Don't we belong everywhere? Wasn't this place all one? Didn't the tribes, the different parts of the continent, didn't they all communicate as the empire? Haiti ruled the entire continent. I know it's very hard for a lot of you to hear this, but I'm gonna keep telling you this until it becomes nothing to you. There's a reason why the Most High have me keep saying this to you. I'm gonna keep telling you until it's nothing to you, because a lot of people still, I know a lot of people here are not just here. You just here to observe. You're not here with love. You're here to observe. So let me deviate since I'm going into the love. Oh, hold up, before I deviate, let me finish my point. Let me close the loop. The United States have now become a hub for the gathering of the people. Listen carefully. The United States have now become the hub for the regathering of Zion. This is the reason why you see there's a lot of people here. Also, as the prophecies say, every man shall return to their own land. Everybody shall return to their own land. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Everybody, thank you, Sister Chinapol. Everybody shall return to their own land. You feel me? The Europeans shall return to where they came from. So last night, I posted something on my community page. How many of you saw what I posted on my community page? Did you know in the 1800s, we talk about the early 1800s, before the empire fought their greatest fight to regain their liberty and their freedom, what we call today the Haitian Revolution. Did you know Trump great-grandparents went to Haiti and they settled as indentured servants and they received land and they had a very profitable coffee industry and they received Haitian citizenship? Did you know that? Did you know Trump great-grandparents were Haitian citizens? I didn't know this until one of the brothers I follow on YouTube, on TikTok, big Haitian voodoo priest, he posted about it on his TikTok channel. Trump have Haitian citizenship. His freaking great-grandparents lived in Haiti. Can you imagine the hypocrisy? And he called Haiti a shithole country. Let me tell you why he did that. He did that because when he ran the first time, he had to go to Haiti to receive passage. And the second time he didn't go, then he lost. Because Haiti, look, I always tell you this. Watch this. In the body, the heart is Jacob. Every other organs are everybody else. The liver is Esau. Okay? The gall, the spleen is Lilith, is Ishmael. Every other organ is every other nation. The heart is Jacob. So, let's just use the analogy of the body and the heart. Among all the places, okay, Haiti is the heart. Haiti is the hub. Haiti is that spiritual spot where everything happens spiritually. There's nothing else there right now. Okay? Yeah, we do have some natural resources. We do have some good stuff. Okay? But the people don't have access to it. So just as the world view us as a collective, just as the world view us as a collective like we ain't shit, is the same way that some of you view Haitians like they ain't shit. And I gotta tell you this. Let me tell you why I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you of your hate because you cannot ascend with that hate in your heart. I gotta tell you until it becomes nothing to you, because Yahusha, when he walked the earth, demonstrated a little bit of his power. Just a little bit of his power. And the world, the earth could not withhold his power. The disciples, his apostles could not withstand the power that he demonstrated. Demons flee. The dead were made to be alive again. The blind was given sight. Sickness were healed. A lot of things happened when Yahusha walked this earth. But let me tell you, as much as you are fond of Jesus, you call Jesus, as much as you are in awe of everything he did, let me tell you something he said to you. Perhaps you want to remind yourself of this every time. Give me a 7. Let me remind you why he told you. Perhaps that's going to remove your low self-esteem so you can actually work on your self-elevation, because he already told you what to do. Give me a 7. I'll tell you what he says. And then we're going to go into the Pistis Sophia, and I'm going to show you, how you doing, Valentina? I'm going to show you his power. I'm going to show you the power that the Bible didn't talk about in the Pistis Sophia. Miss Abby, thank you. Give me a 7. Watch this. Watch this. What did Jesus or Yahusha, King Yahusha, said to you? What did he say to you? No matter how powerful you may view him as, no matter how amazing and wonderful that he walk on water, turn water into wine, raise the dead, give sight to the blind, he chased away demonic entity. He had the power to summon legions of angels. You know what he said? You know what he said? Let me tell you what he said. He said, greater things you shall do. Makaya, he says, fair use, greater things you shall do. No matter how amazing you thought he was, he says, you have the capacity, okay, Cavael, you have the capacity to do greater things than him. The only reason why you haven't been able to do that, because you have not mastered what Yahusha mastered. And did you know what he mastered? Did you know one thing that he mastered? Let me tell you, I'm not even going to let you think about it. He mastered love without condition, what you call unconditional love. That's what he mastered. He mastered the fruits of the Spirit. He mastered unconditional love. He mastered that. He was taught that. He grew up on that. He lived his life on that. But because he was able to master love, even for the ones that hated on him, even for the ones that persecuted him, even for the one that betrayed him, because he mastered matter, he was able to transcend the physical body. He was able to reach the highest level of his ascension. And he says, look, I do this so you can see a reflection of yourself in me, willing to die for his people. Willing to die for the truth. No, he died because of their sins. You see, now we talk about this. He didn't die for nobody's sins. Yeshua didn't die for anybody's sins. You shall answer to your own sins. You understand what I'm saying to you? You sin, you die. You sin, you pay the price of the laws of cause and effect. He's not going to die for your sin. Nah, that never happened. You feel me? That never happened. But the people's ignorance, on a literal level, crucify the truth. Crucify him. He didn't die for nobody's sin. If you do something today, you're going to pay the price yourself. It's called the laws of cause and effect. It is the effect that follows the cause. You understand what I'm saying to you? So he was able to master those devices, those things, those enemies of your household. Whatever it is that you fight with every day. These are the demonic entities within you that you have to subdue. Subdue them. Master them so you can elevate, so you can ascend. And here in Matthew 24, on the Mount of Olives, his apostles were able to witness the glory, the power of Yahusha, King Yahusha. They were able to witness the power, the glory that he had. But the Bible didn't give you all of it. We're going to get it right now from the Pistis Sophia. But until you master these fruits of the Spirit, until you walk with compassion for those who you view as less than you. You see, everything is cyclical in life. It's cyclical. That means it go back around and around. You up here today, tomorrow you down here. You down here today, tomorrow you up here. It is what it is. Nothing remains the same. And the Most High does this for a reason. At one point, Haiti was the empire. Today, Haiti is the mat everybody walk upon. And you up right now. You up right now. But when Haiti was up here, Haiti didn't look down on nobody. Haiti helped everybody. Haiti helped everybody. Haiti was a catalyst. Haiti was a catalyst that sparked the fire in the heart of everybody. It is not recorded in the pages of history that the Haitians that ruled Haiti as an empire were douchebags. It is not recorded on in the archives. No, what we read is that they helped everybody, became somebody. And today, some people are somebody, and they're looking at those people like they're nobody. Are you stupid or something? Because they're nobodies, because you are a nobody too. Because the world say you are a nobody. You are the last. So on a macrocosm, you, the nobody, the slaves, you will be the first. Why? Because now you're the last. But within us, those that view themselves as the first, you're looking at the ones that are the last as nothing, not knowing that the last will be the first. Because everything is cyclical. So we are the macrocosm. Within that macrocosm, there's a microcosm, and it's all pointing back to your hateful heart. And you're going to stay right here in this dimension because you cannot ascend anywhere else with hate, with bitterness, with anger, with jealousy, with none of that shit in your heart. Because everything is happening and you have nothing to do with it. Everything is happening. You and I have nothing to do with it at all. We came into this dimension, into this reality. We just come here to complete the spiritual correction. We're gonna go into the Piscis Sophia. We're gonna go into page 44. Page 44, Piscis Sophia. We're gonna get that power. That power that Yahusha says that he has, that you also have when you master matter, when you master your body. I myself also, I'm on that same boat, same frequency. Today I sat and I sunbathed while soaking my feet in Epsom salt in the sun, eating watermelon. I must have sweated a bucket of water. You see that right there? I'm connecting with the sun frequencies. We didn't Yeah, because your soul is on a journey of elevation. You did choose. You asked to come here to the United States. If you were born here, you asked to be born here. I asked to be born in Haiti. But I'm also kin to this land. If I wasn't, what the hell am I doing here? If my spirit did not recognize this land as a place that I know, what am I doing here? I could have been somewhere else because there's a whole earth to be at. You know what I mean? So I haven't finished business right here on this side of America. I told you I had a dream. The Most High showed me the whole earth when it was one. I didn't see that in a map. It was in my dream. I was looking at the whole earth as one entity. It was given to me in a vision, and I saw it. And I saw how everything was connected. The water was around the earth. It was not inside of it. You had little canals, little rivers, but everything was connected as one landmass. You understand? So in Matthew 24, on the Mount of Olives, Yeshua, he demonstrated his power to the disciples on purpose because he wanted them to know that they too could be this way. Watch this. Jesus, I'm going to read in Jesus, okay? In Jesus, that's it. Oh, really, Valentina? I didn't know this. I thought you were born in DR. Oh, wow, that's what's up. So, I'm going to read it as it is written here, okay? All right, please don't crucify me for saying Jesus, all right? Jesus in French means je suis, meaning I am. That's what it means in Creole, I am, okay? So I know in English things take a little turn or whatever, but it means I am. That's why he always says, I am sent me. All right, let's go. Jesus, in his physical body, had only shared a small amount of his knowledge. You hear that? Okay? In his physical body, he had only shared a small amount of his knowledge of the activity in the higher realms. But now, he will begin to show how the fullness of the hierarchy is within the mystery of mysteries. So he's about to show his apostles the fullness of his power. Okay? When he appeared to the disciples on the road to Emmaus, Luke 24, they did not even recognize him. When he was transfigured on the Mount of Transfiguration before Peter, James, and John, Luke 9, he revealed a portion of his true power. So let's get this portion of his true power. Now it occurred. It occurred when the disciples were sitting together on the Mount of Olives, discussing these words and rejoicing with great gladness, being immensely joyful, that they spoke to one another, saying, we are blessed above all humanity on earth, because a Savior has revealed these things to us. And we have received the fullness and the whole fulfillment. They said this to one another, while Jesus sat a little distance from them. The disciples were beginning to understand that Christ could reveal the whole range of cosmic orders, as well as define their place within the fullness of the many mentioned worlds. Yahusha had begun to give his disciples a cosmic map, which would allow them to travel and to participate within cosmic creation. Are you listening? He began to give them a cosmic map, which they can begin to travel and participate in cosmic creation. Yet, with this knowledge, the disciples did not become ethical and social cultural elitist, but rather they became servants of humanity on a cross-cultural basis. They followed the ways of Yahusha, who demonstrated his love for all humanity, even in his body of light. So now he's speaking to them. When he met them on the Mount of Olives, he was in a body of light. He was not in this flesh. He was like, out of here. We're going to read about it. They followed the ways of King Yahusha, who demonstrated his love for all humanity. What did he do, Jay? He demonstrated his love for all humanity. He didn't choose to whom to love based on the 14th Amendment. He didn't do that. No. That type of mindset is going to keep you here. And you're going to come back again. And you're going to live this life one more time. You see that right there? They followed the ways of Jesus, who demonstrated his love for all humanity, even in his body of light. He sits before them in patience and sees their limitations. You see that right there? Because he walked in the spirit, he was in the world of reality, in the realm of reality. Out here, in this dimension, we see through a glass that is foggy. We're not in the world of reality. No, everything we see is skewed. So that's why he sat in their presence with patience, and he saw their limitations, which he now addresses with divine grace. You see, he had great compassion upon them because he knew their limitation. Moreover, his disciples who accepted him in the flesh now accept him in the body of light. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. And in the fullness of fellowship, he does not teach just one disciple, but he teach all disciples collectively, male and female alike. His disciples who sat at his feet and heard his physical ministry of the 3-year cycle now hear his ministry in a body of light in his spiritual 11-year cycle regarding different vibratory planes. His teachings in his 11-year cycle, when he had the body of light, were about what? They were in regards to different vibratory planes, different paraphysical dimensions. His disciples who once accepted only the mixture of the matter world with the spirit world now accept that there are various admixtures of different spiritual planes. The teaching went higher now. The teaching is taking them from just the earth plane to the multidimensional levels of existence. You see, they're now accepting that there are various admixtures of different spiritual planes. Neither man nor woman can explore the great universe until they are no longer afraid of the light, which Yahusha demonstrates in unconditional service, subordinating his body of flesh to the body of light. I'm reading you everything. Listen to this. Now it occurred on the 15th day of the moon in the month of Tybee. So it's giving you exactly how it went down, when, and how. Jesus, Yahusha, is about to demonstrate his power to his disciples. But remember what he said. He says, neither man nor woman can explore the greater universe until they are no longer afraid of the light. See, this light that's coming, are you afraid of the light or not afraid of the light? Which Yahusha demonstrated in unconditional service, and he subordinated his body of flesh to a light body. It occurred on the 15th day of the moon in the month of Tybee, which is the day of the full moon. There's a full moon coming up, right? On that day, when the sun had begun its course, there came, listen very carefully, on that day, when the sun had begun its course, there came out behind the sun a great light power, shining with great radiance, and there was no measure to its light. For this light arose from the light of lights, and it arose from the last mystery, which is the 24th mystery of the 24 elders. You see, when the sun was up in the sky, there was another light that appeared behind the sun. This light came out behind the sun. It was a great light power, okay, shining with great radiance. There was no measure to its light. Pay attention, because it arose from the light of lights. What is the light of lights? The light of lights is the Ein Sof. It arose from the supernal Abba, the supernal Ima, the Ein Sof, the supreme power above greatness. This is where this light came from. And this light was 10,000 times more superior than the sun. You understand what I'm saying to you? Let's keep reading. Projecting from within outward of those which are in the orders of the second space. Listen, Yahusha now details the great light power which came down. He details the great light power which came down, which was his vesture or his garment of appearance. The true force which he left behind in the region of the 24 elders. See, when he came to the earth, he had left his glory behind in the realm of the 24 elders. But now he was about to fuse with this power so that he can demonstrate this power to his apostles just for them. It wasn't for him. He's doing it for them. Listen to this. And that light power came down over Jesus and surrounded him completely while he was seated away from his disciples. He shone immensely, and there was no measure for the light which surrounded him. And the disciples could not see Yahusha because of the great light in which he was, or which was around him. For their eyes were darkened by the great light in which he was. They only saw the light which emanated many light rays. They couldn't see him when he was in that light. They couldn't see him when this light was surrounding him. They only saw the emanation, the rays of the light. How did the rays of the light look like? Let's read about it. The disciples had not yet realized nor seen with their physical eyes the full power of the Son of the living light. Let me repeat that one more time. The disciples had not yet realized, nor seen with their physical eyes, the full power of the Son of the living light. So that means they saw the power because they saw him raising the dead. They saw him doing miracles, chasing away demonic entities. They saw him healing, giving sight to blind folks, but they did not see his full power. But now they're about to see it right now. Watch this. The disciples had not yet realized nor seen with their physical eyes the full power of the Son of the living light. They were as children of God, understanding some of the mysteries without ever having experienced the greater light power behind the mysteries. You see? And what are the mysteries? They were as children of the Supreme. They were as children of the Supreme, overstating some of the mysteries without ever experiencing the greater light power behind the mysteries. For the mysteries are not just words. The mysteries are not just words that are repeated as sacred pronouncements in a ritual. The mysteries are transmutational levels of experience. The mysteries are to be experienced. The mysteries of Christ are to be experienced. It's not just reading this book. It's not just reading the Bible. No. The mysteries are to be experienced. If you go to the first chapter of the sealed portion of the book of JC, you're going to find Adam. He was teaching the mysteries to his children. And he was teaching them exactly how to do certain ceremonies. He was teaching the mysteries, and he was teaching them exactly how to do certain ceremonies. Because why? The mysteries are not just words. You see that right there? They are not just words that are repeated in sacred pronouncement in a ritual, but they are transmutational levels of experience, whereby one comes directly into contact with a higher level of thought form reality. Now, in a body of flaming light, did you hear what I just read? Jesus, Yahusha, King Yahushua, was in a body of flaming light. And the disciples, his apostles who were with him on the Mount of Olives, were witnessing this. Now, in a body of flaming light, Jesus demonstrated his true body to the gathered disciples. He demonstrated his true body to the gathered disciples as light which extends down from the heavens, a vehicle of the Father's wisdom, a vehicle of the Father's glory. And the light rays were not the same. Pay attention. In this prism of light, the rays were different, and the light rays were not the same. The light was of various kinds and of various patterns, from below to above, with each of the light rays more excellent than the next one, in an immense glory of light, reaching from the depths of the earth all the way up to heaven. Do have a visual of this as I'm reading it to you. Just try to imagine how glorious, how amazing, how bright, how powerful this light was. From the depth of the earth, reaching to the depth of the all the way up to heaven. And when the disciples beheld this light, they became greatly fearful. They became greatly agitated. These are the light force fields conveying the true power, extension, and interconnection with the divine. Again and again, the teaching emphasizes the various categories of light the soul must experience in order to establish its paraphysical link with the heavens. Okay? Let's keep going. Boom. Now, it occurred when that light power had come down over Yahusha. This light gradually surrounding him completely, Then Yahusha ascended and flew into the heights, shining greatly in immeasurable light. Can you imagine the chosen apostles who had the privilege of witnessing this thing? They sat in the presence of their master, their older, wiser brother, who does not like anybody to call him master. And they saw his power, his glory came upon him. The light of the Ein Sof immersed him. So bright that they could not see, they were blinded, they were afraid, they were agitated. When Yahusha sat in the midst of this light power that came down over him, gradually surrounding him completely, then he ascended and flew into the heights, shining greatly in immeasurable light. The disciples gazed after him, none of them saying a word, until he had attained the heavens, all of them keeping a great silence. This occurred on the 15th day of the moon, when it is full in the month of Taibi. In 3 hours after Yahusha had attained the heavens, all the powers of heaven were set in turmoil. 3 hours after he ascended in the heavens, all the powers of heaven were set in turmoil. Let's keep going. The local heaven connected with our earthly zone began to be shaken. Pay attention. The heavens connected with our earthly zone now, because there's this connection going on. There's this fusion of power, because Yahusha is the light. He ascended and flew to the heavens. It caused something to happen to the different realm of existence. What happened? Let's read about it. The local heaven connected with our earthly zone began to be shaken. The concept of complete and total silence. That's what happened. There were complete and total silence within the physical worlds. Listen to this. We are told that the powers of heaven were in turmoil and shifted against each other. They and all their eons and all their regions and all their orders and the whole earth shook, along with all those who dwelt in them. And all the, not just the earth that shook. Are you listening? The eons shook. The regions shook. All their orders shook. The whole earth shook. Everyone, everything on the earth in the different realms shook. And all the people in the world were set into turmoil, including the disciples. And all of them thought, perhaps the world is being rolled up. We are about to see that Yahusha's mission in coming to planet Earth was not for humanity alone. This zone, this earth, this zone was being used also as a threshold point for reaching across to regions that were falsely influencing the local universe, affecting not only the Adamic creation, but also affecting many other life forms as well. And all the powers of heaven continued in their turmoil, and they and the whole world, and they all shifted against each other from the 3rd hour to the 15th day of the moon in the month of Taibi until the 9th hour of the following day. Are you listening? There was earthquake. There was shifting of the time zones from the day, the 3rd hour of that day that the light came upon Yahusha and he fled to the heavens in bright light, to the next day, to the 9th hour of the next day. All the angels and the archangels and all the powers of the heights all sung praise to the innermost of the interiors, so that the whole world heard their voices, and they continued without stopping until the 9th hour. Did you hear this? As Yahusha ascended to the heavens, and the whole earth was silent. An earthquake on the earth, and the different eons were shaken, and all the powers were in turmoil against one another. The angels were singing non-stop. All the angels, all the archangels, all the angels, all the archangels, all the powers of the heights, all of them sang praise to the innermost of the interiors, so that the whole world heard their voices. And they continued without stopping until the ninth hour of the next day. Are you listening? The ninth, listen to this. We must recognize that Yahusha made his transition during the ninth hour. The power of 3 upon 3 upon 3. The power of Hermes Trismegistus. This is the power in Hermetic Egyptian literature of the time of night, or a time of transition, when the human soul travels to the underworld and experiences the realities of the life to come, being given also the opportunity for ascension. The ninth hour brings together the appropriate linkages between the mind, body, and the celestial gates exemplified in the key hours of prayer. We are told in the book of Acts chapter 3 verse 1 that Peter and Yahuchanan went up into the temple at the hour of prayer, the ninth hour. The ninth hour can be thus the time of realization of the power of Christ over the lower world. For this time can also be a time of spiritual rebirth, when we are removed from the time dilation and the time continuum of the material world. Okay? With the living master universe now being open to the sentient beings to experience by Yahusha on power and ascension. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay? Now listen to this. The angels were singing from the day that he ascended to the next day, the ninth hour. Can you imagine this? All the angels and the archangels, all the powers of the heights, all sing praise to the innermost of the interiors, so that the whole world heard their voices. And they continued without stopping until the ninth hour of the following day. Jesus, Yahusha, continues his Christed ministry by putting on his full garments of light, through which he gains complete control over the depth below. In so doing, he shows his disciples the entire picture of life in the many worlds, the many dimensions, with angels and archangels, which are connected with his true ministry as Creator's Son, who gives glory and praise to the Most High. This is the reason why it's called the office of the Christ. This is the reason why in the book of Isaiah, they said that he came with the whole government upon his shoulders. And to us a son was given. He came with the whole government upon his shoulders. And he was called Counselor, Mighty God. Okay? His office contains the angels, the archangels, and they are all connected to his true ministry as Creator's Son, Hosanna in the highest, who gives glory and praise to the Most High. Yahusha came to earth. Listen, Yahusha came to earth to open the gates of light to the ascension of all souls, for the human orders, as well as for beings in the parallel evolutionary orders. Did you hear what I said? He came to open the gates, not just to you and I, but also to all those who live in parallel universes. Yahusha came to earth to open the gates of light for the ascension of all souls, human souls, and also the other ones who live in parallel evolutionary orders, who have lost also their way. This liberation will be exemplified in the entrapment of Sophia, the feminine creative power, which must be released to inherit the true divine self, the Imago Dei. Be still and remember, it is not just Sophia or other evolutionary orders who are entrapped. We, you and I, are also entrapped by the Philosophia philosophies that suppress our divine self and prevent the male-feminine unity from being balanced within us. And this is why we have the rise of the supreme mother's essence, the divine feminine essence, the world call it. But the mother said to me, it is the rise of her supreme essence in her sons and her daughters, returning the balance, removing the false masculinity in the women, and replenishing the lack of femininity in the men, which is a creative aspect of the mother, bringing balance. She is the yang to the yin and the yin to the yang. As above, so within. As above, so below. So within, so without. The mother is raising her essence into her children in oneness, bringing balance. Because now we are lacking her divine essence. Let's continue this power. Let's go. The disciples sat fearfully together, extremely upset and frightened because of the great earthquake. And together they wept, saying to one another, what will happen now? Perhaps the Savior will destroy all the regions. Okay? The earthquake. Listen to this about the earthquake. The earthquake was not merely a natural earth upheaval, but it related to the interdimensional openings that are activated by this transformation process. When it occurred, the earthquake occurred, it wasn't just something that happened on the earth. No, it was opening portals in the interdimensional openings of the earth. And it was activating those portals by this transformative process of the light that Yahusha had. In connection with the eternal Son of God, the office of the Christ, the earthquake is part of the key that opens the corridors between the lower worlds and the glories of the higher worlds. You hear that? The earthquake was opening up the corridors, the portals of the lower worlds and the glories of the higher worlds, connecting the two. This information is also proleptic and applies to future time zones where new worlds are formed. They said this and they wept together. And on the following day at the 9th hour, the heavens opened and they beheld Yahusha descending. Pay attention. Remember how he ascended with great glory, great light, great pomp? Remember how they saw him fly to the heavens? He flew into the heights, shining greatly in immeasurable light. Listen to what they see now. Listen to this. Give me a 7, family. Let me know you're here with me. This is the power King Yahusha came to demonstrate to you, to show you, you too have that power within you. Let's keep going. They said this and wept together. And on the following day at the 9th hour, the heavens opened, and they beheld Jesus descending in a great radiance. And they beheld Yahusha descending in a great radiance. Remember, he had already went with immeasurable light. But now, they are beholding him descending from the heavens in a great radiance. And the light surrounding him was without measure. Truly, Yahusha radiated more light than at the hour when he had ascended to the heavens. Are you listening? When he descended, he came back with more power. He was brighter than when the time he went up there. Just like Moses when he went to Mount Sinai. And when he came back from Mount Sinai, he also was bearing this light. Let's keep reading. The heavens opened up, and they beheld Jesus descending in a great radiance, and the light surrounding him was without measure. Truly, he radiated more light than at the hour when he had ascended to the heavens, so that humanity of the earth could not give a description of the light he gave forth. You could not describe this light at all. The light sent out myriad light rays, and there was no measure to its rays. And its light rays were not at all alike, but they were of various kinds and various types, with some of the rays being more brilliant than others. Okay? These flies are giving me a run for my money. So let's keep reading it. The greater form of embodiment of the Christ figure is manifest. The greater form of embodiment of the Christ figure is manifest. It is the divine glory of the Ein Sof, or which is stretched, expanded into supernatural, luminal, and subliminal emanations around Yahusha. The careful foundation Christ established. Okay, let me bring that back one little bit. The careful foundation that Christ established is now seen in his manifest light body, to the end of preparing his disciples to step into their own bodies of light, or their own angelic forms, as well as to recognize the various forms and degrees of glory. All that he did was for the disciples to realize that they too can step in to their own bodies of light. It is for you to also realize that you too can step in into your own body of light, because he did tell you, greater things you shall do. But you must master matter. You must master the fruits of the Spirit. You must not change your orbits. Just like the Grand Elder Yanok said, in all creation, only mankind upset the balance. You must not upset the balance. You must live your lives according to the laws of nature, laws of the Supreme, the laws, the statutes, the commands that were already established for you to assist you in your ascension. He established this careful foundation so you can step into your light body, as well as to recognize the various forms of degrees of glory. Oh my goodness. Christ is demonstrated that we, forgive me, Christ is demonstrating that we as the Adamic humanity have the ability to conquer time and to conquer death through the power of our I am that I am identity. The Aye, Ashe, Aye, that will come down to reveal itself and manifest around our body as it did to Moses when Moses was seen by the 70 elders of Yahuwah. Now, what time is it? Somebody tell me what time is it, please. I have to go back to the car. Too many flies here. We're going to continue this in the car. Okay? Too many flies over here. Hola. Let's walk with me. Let's walk with me. Too many flies over here. They're messing with me right now. I can't deal with it no more. 807, thanks. Appreciate you, teacher. I know I'm jacking up your name, but I like to say teacher. I like to say it like that. Like, this nigga always call me teacher. I'm not even teacher. It's alright. It's okay. It's a beautiful spot, y'all. This place is called Shirley Chisholm. Brooklyn, New York. It's like a world away from the hustle and bustle. I said it right? Ah, that's what's up. I'm shocked. This place closes at 8:30 anyway, so I had to leave anyway. So let's finish this in the car. It's beautiful. It's over 400 acres of land here. Over 400 acres of land. There's another side over there. There's the water in between. Oh, it is most beautiful. It is so freaking beautiful here. Quiet, beautiful. Minus the damn airplane. But it's an oasis. Jay, you grew up out here? That's what's up, Jay. You listen, Cavalle, if they drop you here, you think you're somewhere in Connecticut, freaking down south. You never think you're New York City. We are in the heart of New York right here. The heart. But it's like, it's a world away from it. Give me a second. All right, let's get up in this man. Let's see. Start this car. Hold up, give me a second, y'all. We're gonna continue this. You guys hanging out, appreciate you. You came for the gnosis. As you should. Bam. I'm up in here. You came for the gnosis. I got a little gray hair, y'all. Look, I got gray hair coming in. Finally. Finally at 46. Gray hair coming through. Hold up, we're gonna continue. Oh, sound. Thank you. Sound. Let's see. Give me a 7. Can you hear me? 7. Sound too low. Hold up. Let's see why. Let's find out why. Hold up. Let's find out. Let's see. Can't hear me. Hold up. How about now? Nope. Can't hear me still? What did I do? What happened to my sound? Okay, hold up. Yeah, I think this gray hair could be wisdom. Hold on. I don't know what happened to my sound. Hold on. Let me see. Unmute. Let me start the call over. Hold up. Can you hear me now? Or no? You can't hear me? 7. Let's see. Can't hear me. Damn. I don't know why. Connect. Hold up. Oh, you can't hear me. But it's very low. Hold up. Muffled? God damn it. Let me see. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, hold up. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see. My Bluetooth is not connected. Hold up. Let me see. Connected for calls and audio. Let me see. Give me a second, fam. we should be good by now. Let me see. Hold up. How about now? Give me a 7. How we doing? How about now, family? I don't know if my mic is obstructed. 7. Rosalind said 7. The radio is bugging the hell out, right? I don't know why. What's going on here? It's usually come on and we on. YouTube? Oh shit, YouTube. YouTube marked me, man. You know YouTube marked me. It's all good. Beats. Low? Damn, fam. The best part is yet to come. I don't know if something I touched. Let me see. We was just fine. I walked to the car, everything was fine. Got over here, everything's acting up. Yep, bruh, I'm trying to figure this out right now. I'm taking my time right now. Don't see what the hell is going on. I'm trying to see what's going on right now. You need this. This is amazing gnosis for you right there. You see dead people, you see yourself. You hear me when I'm low. Something happened to my mic. Hold up. What the hell happened to my mic? Let me see. Something happened to my mic. Can't hear you. Hold on. It must be the Bluetooth says I'm connected for calls and audio. If the Bluetooth says I'm connected for calls and audio, I should be good. Audio. I'm connected for calls and audio. The Bluetooth says I'm connected for calls and audio. You understand? Let's move from here. I'm good here, Hazel. Shit. Let's move from this park. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah. It be like that. You know? Light and darkness dwell in eternal enmity. Their warfare never end. It be like that. You on the flow, you doing your thing, next thing you know, something happens. You can't really drop the gnosis like you're supposed to. It be like that, you know? It be like that, you know? The Pistis Sophia is the truth. I'm leaving this place. I'm gonna go somewhere else. You know? And I don't want to get off and come back on. If I get off, I'm getting off. You know? Take care. You too, man. Thank you. You can't hear me a little. I don't like a little. Hold up. I like a lot. I don't want to be heard a little. Unless you guys want to come back on. If I get off, you come back on with me right now. I don't know. It's up to you. Connected. The stupid thing is connected. It should be on. You know? Very low. I don't know why it's so low. I don't know why. I have no idea. I didn't do anything but get in the car. You know? I didn't do anything but get in the car. Right now it's messing up the flow. This entire time we're trying to figure this out. It's all crap. Okay? I don't like that. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get off and then we're gonna reconnect another day. Okay, fam? We're gonna reconnect another day. So, All praises to the supreme power above greatness. Family, I love you. Now, see you soon.